Okay, Silver's log number 6. I think I'm just gonna use this one to talk about hotfix Echo. So let's talk about the gameplay first. That nerd just tried to crush me with his car. I don't know, this is on the tower map, which, if you watched my previous log, you'll know that I think it's a garbage map. I fight this guy over and over, 3 or 4 times. He almost gets me here. Yeah, I have a proto suit, he has an advanced suit, but he did have an OP breach AR, just saying. Yeah, I fight him multiple times. Yeah, I don't get this guy with my core nades. He's in a heavy suit, so he's invincible to core nades. Can't shoot him out of his car. It's just really annoying. Anyways, the other guy shoots me again, puts me down to like 0 something. Anyway, there's a couple minutes of this gameplay. It was an awful match besides this, so that's all I've recorded, and then I'm just gonna switch over to another match and make a nice little getaway at the end of this. But anyways, yeah, so that's that. I'll talk about the next gameplay when I get to it, maybe. Okay, so hotfix Echo. So much stuff happened. I think it was supposed to deploy on Tuesday, the whatever it was, the day the million clone challenge was still, or the day after, I think it was. Anyways, I think it got pushed back with the million clone challenge. I think they wanted to deploy it at the same time. So anyways, they got deployed on Thursday, which is 2 days before the recording of this video. So, or you know, the narration, the actual videos from a long time ago. By a long time ago, I mean a couple months ago. Yeah, so weapons. The scrambler rifle, specifically the assault scrambler rifle, got a major buff. Each one got about a 15% buff. I think the advanced got like, I don't know, 13%. Anyways, it was on average like a 15% buff on assault scrambler, making them by far or not, I don't know, they no longer match up with the DPS range curve. Like assault rifles had the highest DPS, lowest range. Rail rifles had the lowest DPS, highest range, etc. Anyways, they don't match up with that anymore. I think they have like the second highest range and like highest or the second highest. I think the highest DPS. But anyways, yeah. So apparently, the heat mechanic is supposed to balance it. I haven't actually used it. I haven't spec'd into it yet. I might do that. Well, we'll see how I feel. But I might spec. I don't know. I don't care for the regular scrambler, but maybe the assault scrambler is gonna be something fun to play with. But yeah, so I think it overheats after like 50 something out of its 72 shots in clip outside of the MR assault. On the MR assault, it does not overheat in one clip. You have to finish your clip, reload, start shooting immediately, and then you have to get somewhere like halfway through your clip to overheat with that. So MR assault makes it pretty damn good. It absolutely destroys shield suits. Shield suits cannot compete with it. It just is way too good, in my opinion. Anyways, I'm a shield user, and shields have always been kind of weaker. So, anyways, along with the regular scramblers and assault rifles, it pretty much just tears through. I mean, the assault rifle, I understand it, high DPS weapon, low range, and increased shield damage. I don't know. The scramblers just seem way too good in shields. Maybe it's just shields don't seem good enough. Maybe I don't know. People have been saying for a long time they probably need a buff, versus armor. Anyways, here's my daring escape I make. Hop in my lab when that nerd's about to kill me. But yeah. Anyway, so that's that. Assault scrambler rifles got buffed a lot. HMGs got a nerf. I think it was a range and damage nerf on both the regular HMG and the burst HMG. The assault HMG got major changes. It's basically a breach HMG now, but it's still called assault HMG. 600 rate of fire, something like 60 damage per bullet, and like 120 in the clip, while doing, I think it was proposed to do 75% damage against vehicles, but it ended up doing 100%. So it can now break through LAV shield regen, which got reduced to 40 from 102, or the damage it needs to take before the shield regen stops, which is now 40 instead of 102 on LAVs. So anyways, yeah, so it can shred labs, and I'll get to labs a little later. I'm saving that for the end along with tanks. So yeah, assault scrambler, it probably needs a dispersion reduction to be at all decent. And I haven't used the regular or the burst HMG yet, so I'll have to give that a try. It needed to be toned down a bit, but I don't know. Maybe with these nerfs, heat actually, I think they did something with heat. I can't remember exactly now, but I don't know. Heat reduction must be in order if that did happen. Anyways, this is from this gameplay a while ago. I think I run my Cal assault for a while, and then I switched to Min assault. No. Plasma cannon's got like a 70% buff to damage. I'm not positive if that's splash damage. I really should have checked on that. I didn't even time if I look every single thing up. So, yeah, damage increase on Plasma Cannon. 1700 damage proto direct, 1500 advanced, 1300 proto. So yeah, pretty good against vehicles it's looking like now. Which, again, I'll get to vehicles in a little bit. Min assaults, nothing actually changed here, but I've been seeing a lot of them. You know, a lot of them have been running myofibs, and a lot of them have been running scramble rifles, and it's getting annoying because, honestly, I'm pretty sure the hitbox is broken. A lot of people will agree with me there. Just a lot of times shots will not register on them. I don't know, blue shields or just the hitboxes, I don't know what it is, but something. Anyways, since I'm kind of there, myofibril stimulants. As I'm sure everyone's noticed in game, there's been a lot of people hopping all around, and that is due to the myofibril stimulants, which now, in addition to melee damage, because I've only actually been melee twice all the time I've been playing, melee killed. Yeah, so now they increase jump height. I'm fairly certain that they're not working properly right now. Either they're giving too big of a bonus, or the stacking penalty is not applying properly. People are jumping way higher than they should be able to, with the percentages that were proposed and supposedly implemented. So yeah, there's a couple bugs in the patch, but overall I thought this was one of the best. That sniper almost gets me. Once again, a lot of close calls. Anyways, so that's that. Myofibs probably gonna get toned down, or dicks, nothing else. But yeah, give them a try while you can, because you'll like a lot of fun. I haven't used them. I haven't spent into them. Yeah. So backpedal speed got reduced to 85% from 100. I thought it was like 90% before, to be honest. I didn't even know. But yeah, so now it's 85%, so it's gonna be just a little bit harder to walk backwards away from the open sniper, people trying to melee you and whatnot. It'll affect straight. That means something. Starter fits. A lot of changes happened there. The medic starter fit now has 2 equipment slots, and the equipment it runs are repair tool and needle, so it's pretty good medic now. It's looking like, he's still, but it looks like he can fulfill that role pretty well now. Sniper fits were supposed to be removed and replaced by recon fits. The sniper fits are still in game, that is the fix, unless they changed their minds, but I think it just didn't get removed for some reason. I've seen them around a lot. Recon fits were supposed to have like a shotgun on it or something like that. No, I don't worry about the realm of starters too much. In a lot of proto system videos, which I will continue to do forever. Yeah, and the front line got its equipment changed from. Actually, it might have been yeah. So now it has an uplink on it, which is nice. You'll hopefully see more uplinks. There'll be shitty uplinks, yeah, but there'll be uplinks nonetheless, and it'll teach people the importance of uplinks. Hopefully, new players. So that is that. Starter. Oh shit, where's my pencil go? It's a mechanical pencil, don't worry. Maps. The only actual map thing that changed was in PC, the research lab got changed to a communications facility. It went from the Galente lag map to a different Galente map. Mushroom one. Anyway, that map got changed. Deployables, meaning nanohives, proximity, remote explosives, and uplink got increased in carry. Remote explosives didn't get increased. Let me take that back. Proximities got increased to 9 carried, except for Proto, which is bugged at 4 right now, but it should be 9. Nanohives all got like tripled in the amount you carry, except for Protos, which are still at the same amount. I think it's supposed to be tripled. It's either supposed to be tripled or no, I'm pretty sure it's tripled. I don't know, numbers got adjusted a bit, so it's like 6 on like every nanohive. Except, I don't know, the compacts aren't working properly, the protos aren't at 6 either, and I think militias are at 1, that might have been intended, I'm not positive on that. Uplinks only got increased by 1, and I think they're supposed to be tripled. Keep in mind guys, bandwidth does apply still, you can't just lay down a ton of uplinks, and maximum active on the actual have to do it in a lot easier. Yeah, there are bugs there that and those basic frames. again, I don't know the exact specifics there. You would have to check that dev log. But basic frames before, unless they've been changed once since 1.8. But anyways, they all had the same CPU PG at the basic, advanced, and proto level, and I think that might have been the. Anyways, they got changed in CPU PG, so I believe they made them into viable suits. And I think they're talking about maybe even on like the basic medium frame, giving them a second equipment. They'll be losing out on like assault HP and the assault bonuses, but it'd be something between a Logi and an assault, and give it a reason for people to take that to proto. So that'll be interesting. Ambush. The only change, OMS no longer has vehicles, so no tanks, no labs, no dropships. Before you could have up to 2 of any combination of those 3 vehicles, and now you can't have any vehicles. So that changed ambush a lot. I've played ambush a lot these last 2 days. I've been off like 2 games, playing a good like 14 hours, over 2 days. Anyways, yeah, that happened. Cloaks got decreased in CPU and PG costs. At Proto, it's just like, it was like 1 PG and like 6 CPU, so it's nothing. It was like 30 something CPU and 5 or 6 PG at Advanced. Probably a little bit less than the Advanced reduction. So it'll make it just slightly easier to hit on lower levels. If you have maxed out Scout and you're running it on a Scout, that's only actually like, because it's a 75%. That's only like 1 or 2 less CPU. 7 more. So I don't have the suit anymore. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be nice. A lot of people complain about it again, plus Xbox units. That got fixed. Yeah, you probably still see a lot of it's still a solid suit. A lot of people would still be expecting to. Anyways, so last topic on here. And this is a big one. Let's start with LEDs, because that's what the smallest thing has. They basically cut in half the HP on LEDs. So it's something like 300 shield and 1200 armor on the LEDs. 600 shield and 450 armor on the Eldari for max weapon. Slot count stayed the same, but CPU PG went up. I don't know how much, but it went up. I don't think it's enough. I think they should just increase the more, increase slot count more, so that, something to do with LEDs. Fitting versatility and a reason to fit. Before this, I mean, now they're just basically getting to no extent. I mean, you can one-shot them with any of these, maybe. Especially maybe the package. Anyways, yeah. And before, I would just call my Blood Raider Saga, because they're free, and I've out of them. So I would just call those in and use them without any modules. And now I'll probably have to run modules, so I'm going to run them. I don't want to. But yeah, it could probably be buffs there and instead. Anyways, tanks, whole bunch of stuff. CPU PG of hardeners went up. Shield hardeners I know for sure. They're pretty hefty now. I think it's easier to fit armor hardeners. Armor hardeners went up to a 40% reduction in damage taken from 25. They're now on par with shield hardeners, but due to the nature of having more armor and the lower fitting requirements of armor hardeners, it's easier. They're better. Pretty much anyone I've talked to is saying armor tanks are now the way to go. They used to be gun longis, now it's the Madrigars. The two names of tanks are Gladius, solo tank for Caldari, and the Marduk, named Valencia solo tank. Solo tanks don't have small turrets in their fittings, but in game they do. That's a bug. Anyways, there's basic, advanced, and proto tanks now. The only thing that actually increases is UPG on them. Proto tanks are very expensive now. They're any decent hit one well over doing this. Advanced and basic. Not being, can't run any sort of good. Maybe they can stand up to 1, but 2 they got die. one, they can stay in for a little bit. But anyways, I think swarms could be toned down now. Forges, you know, they still have to hit them. Still can't lock on swarms, flashes, something. Forges, no skill. Oh, turrets. The rail turrets, large rail turrets overheat at 3 shots now. That, yeah. Heat sinks are in the low slots, and shield regulators are in the high slots. Those should be switched. With the heat sinks, I think rail turrets can still be viable, but besides that, I think blasters are going to rule this game for a little bit. Blasters, I've been using the blaster turrets on the field. I could be just crazy here, but it's like they're godly now. Like, it's absolutely destroying it. Like, they were good against infantry. They're just wrecking infantry, and if it's that same on tank, it's just going to be ridiculous. Yeah, so that missile turret, large missile turret rate of fire went down drastically. I think the damage was increased to compensate, but everyone I've talked to says that they're in. So the blaster turret's the way to go now. Yeah. Oh, there's a version module that was actually fire more accurate, full auto fire more accurate, and small blasters were supposed to. They're supposed to get more accurate. That's pretty much. I have more time than this, but I'm about to run out of time, so that's all I really need to talk about. Anyways, Silver's log number 6. That was hotfix Echo, and we're good.